Shalom. I'd like to start this lesson by saying Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is be titled Mercy, because we all want mercy. We all want mercy, right? So I just want to read from scripture first. Where is it? Here we go. Especially in these times that we're in, Yahweh Ratazah, one of the elect, so he can put a standard when the flood comes. Because the flood's just getting ready. The flood's almost here. It's just going to be a tidal wave, really. I should be saying that. The waters are already getting turbulence, moving to and fro. You can feel the pre-earthquakes about to happen. When you have a pre-earthquake, they usually have like a fissure before the actual earthquake, the actual shake. You feel those tremors. That's the word I'm looking for, tremors. So we can already feel the tremors, and now, everything's about to pop off, right? So those doors of, I believe the Apostle Tahar, really all the apostles, the grace period is almost over. It's almost over. So it's just the doors are about to close. So the Most High, he's sifting. Yeah. Wow. James 5:11. Behold, we count them happy, which actually, you know what? Okay, let me read from. Actually. Hey, Sakya. Hey. Okay, you know what? Let's read from 8. James 5:8. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, with your minds, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh, which is happening right now. So establish, if you want to go in the word establish. Ooh. I know it comes from the word establish. Establish, present participle, stem of establer, cause to stand still, establish, stipulate, set up, erect, build, make stable. It comes from the word stable. For an established church or religion is one sanctioned by the state. Set up or found, set up or lay the groundwork, yes, because we got to lay the groundwork in this truth, right? You can't lay your house on top of sand. You got to lay it on top of stone, rocks. Establish the validity of something as by an example, explanation, or experiment. Okay, so that's it on that. I don't want to go too much into that. And then, right, so establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. So, for example, if you have a grievance or a beef, you shouldn't have beef amongst the brothers, right? Any grudges or anything like that, any envy, right? You shouldn't have that, because it just says right here, grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Because the next thing after that is condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Because you don't need to do that, right? Yahweh Shai is going to take care of that. If someone did something wrong, the Most High will take care of that, right? You're supposed to do your job. Like if a brother does something against you, whether it was on purpose or by accident, right? There's rules for that. So take, verse 10, take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, for an example, of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Right? It was something I wanted to go into, but damn. Okay, so we're going to go into mercy, because that's actually the main thing I want to go into. There we go. Turn the volume up.
Strong's G 3629, oiktermon. Oiktermon.
Oiktermo, merciful, right? So let's go here. Late 12th century, God's forgiveness of his creatures' offenses, reward, gift, kindness, grace, pity, mercy deem, reward, wages, pay, hire, wares, merchandise. It was given a specific application to the heavy reward earned by those who show kindness to to the reward earned by those who showed kindness to the helpless and those from whom no requital can be expected. I want to keep reading. Mercy, leniency, and compassion shown toward offenders by a person or agency charged with administering justice. Yeah. A disposition to be kind and forgiving. The feeling that motivates compassion. Something for which to be thankful. Alleviation of distress, showing great kindness towards the distressed. Yep. Okay. So, this is what I wanted to focus on. Behold, we count them happy which endure, right? So the hopeful elect are going to endure, right? Right, because of affliction. At verse 10, you can see, take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, Yahushai, for an example of suffering affliction and of patience, because we're suffering affliction right now. And it's just about to get worse. We're right at the peak where it's about to pop off. The climax of the story. But we have to be patient. You got to endure. You got to wait. You got to suffer. Right? Because in verse 11 it says, behold, we count them happy which endure. Endure what? The trials and tribulations that are going to be coming, the temptations, because they're going to come with the chip. That's what they're going to do. So you have to endure. And it's not just the chip. Like, there's going to be race wars. It's already starting to happen, right? Lockdowns, martial law, like everything. So, yeah, it's going to be serious. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Right? So we're going to come back to this, but actually, so you're going to go to Psalm 94, 12. So the mercy that you're receiving, right? Why would you need mercy? Right? It's either to protect you from something that's happening or that's going to happen. Maybe, like I read in the definition, leniency and compassion shown toward offenders. Maybe you offended. Maybe you did something that's offensive to the Most High, right? Which we're in the flesh, right? Or, alleviate. Maybe he has to alleviate, stress that you have, right? But why did you get it? Because you went off. You offended him. You did something that was against the scriptures. Like I said, whether it was on purpose or not on purpose. I mean, if it was on purpose, then you should be really scared. Right? But blessed is the man whom thou chastest, O Lord, and teaches him out of thy law. So, right, verse 9, when I read, actually, let me go back to it. James. Right? When it says, grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Right? So, like, I'm going to jump back to Psalms 94. Right. Blessed is the man whom thou chastest, O Lord Yahweh Bashem El Shai, and teaches him out of thy law. So, like, the grudge, like, you shouldn't be holding the grudges because, first of all, the judge is Yahweh Bashem El Shai. He's the judge. He's at the door. He's waiting, right? Now, but you are supposed to rebuke your brother when they do something wrong, right? Right? And really, it's the Most High using you to rebuke them, right? But blessed is the man whom thou chastest. So if the Most High is chastising you, this is a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, no one wants to get lashes. Like, when you're a kid and you did something wrong, and you're like, oh shit, you know what's coming. Your dad takes you to put out your hand, or he says grab the stick or grab the belt, you know what I mean? But you know it's coming. But you just deal with it. You take it and you deal with it and you learn from it. You just don't do it again, right? Because you're a child and that's your father and he's punishing you, right? Because you did something wrong. But he's only doing that so you understand what you did wrong, so you don't do it again. Because this can get you into bigger trouble down the road in a worser situation, way worser. Because right now you're just a kid, so there's not that much things you can get into trouble. The trouble that you can get into is not it's not the same magnitude that you can when you're an adult, right? That's why you're supposed to punish your kids and chastise them when they're young, so they understand this. This is wrong. Feeling like this and going off my emotions, and this is the outcome of what I just did because I didn't have my emotions in check. All right, now I'm getting punished. Right? I need to understand this is wrong. I can't just go based off of my feelings, right? So you should learn how to control your emotions and stuff. All right. So it says right here, blessed is the man whom thou chastest. When the Most High chastises you, this is a good thing, right? And teaches him out of thy law. So when he uses your brother to do it, he's going to tell you out of the scriptures, he should, why what you did was wrong, right? Because if you offended him, right, he has to express his own emotions of what you did wrong because it was wrong, right? Whether he's mad or whatever it was, and explain to you the scriptures of why that was wrong so you understand, right? So it's a good thing when that happens, right? And you should learn from it so you don't repeat it again. And the reason why, especially in these times, is that the mercy, like Most High, the door is almost closed. The door is almost closed. It's almost closed. Apostle Ryan was actually talking about it in a video. It's what inspired me to talk about this. Job 2:10. Let's go to Job. Okay. Yeah, okay. Job 2:10. So if you know the story of Job, I don't need to explain it. Job 2:10. But he said unto her, thou speakest as, he's talking to his wife, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. Actually, you know what? Let's read. It's where his wife says something. Slovakia. I think it's in. No. Okay, here, Slovakia. Wow. Slovakia. I was supposed to read from 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. Right? So his wife said that to him because of what the Most High is putting him through. He's putting him through evil times, bad times, right? Because he's using Satan to test Job, right? Because he's testing him. Because Satan's just like, oh, this is your guy, right? Most High saying, this is my guy. He's like, oh, okay, this is your guy. Well, I mean, it was easy for him to do the right thing because everything's well for him. You know, he has money, he has land. He doesn't really have any bad times. So how like obviously it's a lot easier for him to stay righteous, right? How about if I test him, right? Let me test this guy. So Most High said, okay, just don't kill him. So this is going through, you know, it's being boils, things, his land's being destroyed, you know, his crop, everything, his livestock is being destroyed. And then this is happening. Then his wife says this. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. So his wife told him to curse the Most High and die. Right? Because she's like, well, why are you still saying, Barakati Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai? Why are you still saying that? You don't see what he's doing to you? You know, and she's saying, curse the Most High and die. But then this is what Job said unto her. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall we not receive evil? Right? Because like you think just because you're gonna have good times, everything will be good, that you're not gonna get evil times, bad times? Because evil just means bad, right? So bad times, right? So you think because you're getting good, you're not gonna receive evil? That's what you're saying, which is true. Of course, it's all about balance, right? You just have to pray to Yahweh Shemi Shai that he has mercy on you. Like you said, he told Most High did have mercy on him because he told Satan, just don't kill him. That's it. That was his mercy. Just don't kill him. You can do whatever you want to him. Just don't kill him. Right? Because Most High could have killed him. He could have killed him. Right? Okay, so that's it on that. So we're going to go to, actually jump to Job 42. You know what? It's faster if I type it. I'm going to read from 10. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to James. So, Slovakia, hedge. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, here. So that's what's happening to Job, and we are living the life of Job, right? So this is Most High talking to Satan. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil. And then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, doth Job fear Yahweh for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him? So hedge, right? Because like I was saying before, Job, everything was good, man. He was living good. He was rich. He like had land. He had women. He had his kids. Everything. He was rich. He was living a good life. So that's why he's saying like, Well, you have a hedge around him, so I mean, why? Of course he's gonna, of course he's gonna, you know, reflect evil, go against evil and be righteous. It's easy. That's what he's saying. How about if we turn the heat up on him, right? So hedge.
Strong's H 7753. Such. Such.
Suh. Okay, to hedge or fence up or about. So let's go into the word hedge. Now we all hope that the Most High has a hedge on us. Hedge. Originally any fence, living or artificial, from West Germanic. Also, Haga. To catch, seize, wickerwork, fence, sheepfold, enclosure. Circumvallation. That's an interesting word. Enclosure, hedge. Okay. Boundary, barrier. Places, as hedges were often used by vagabonds as places of shelter or resort. Make a hedge, also surround with a barricade or palisade. The intransitive sense of dodge, evade, avoid committing oneself. The notion of hiding as if in a hedge, that of insure oneself against loss as in a bet. Insure oneself against loss as in a bet. That's basically like mercy by playing something on the other side, right? It's also protection because barricade, right? Probably from earlier use of hedge and meaning secure a debt, right? Avoid or try to avoid fulfilling, answering, or performing duties, questions, or issues. Hedge, hinder or restrict with or as if with a hedge. Yeah, so hinder or restrict. So restrict you going off the wrong path, right? Restrict you from doing wicked things, right? Because you have a barricade, you have a fence around you, a protection, right? A spiritual one, right? Because there's angels watching over you. Right? So that's what that word means. Right? So he's saying you made a hedge around him. Hast thou not made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is an increase in the land. Right? So Job has that hedge, right? And we all do, but the thing is, like, when you're in those situations, when you go off, it's just I take it as a test, right? Just like here, Satan and the Most High having a bet. Now the Most High's having a bet with you. He's like, okay, you're doing well. Okay, let's see. Satan's like, okay, let's see how he's doing. Let me put him in this situation, right? What does he do here? Right? Sometimes you're not going to do the right. Sometimes you might mess up. Right? But the whole point of being the truth is that you're supposed to, having the law, statutes, and commandments, you're supposed to, those mess ups are supposed to be minimal, very minimal. But if you do mess up, you want the Most High to have mercy on you. Right? That's the whole reason why I went into that word. Because we are constantly being tested. And I was saying before that the doors of the grace period is almost over. Right? So we're going to jump to Numbers 14 and 18. Okay, Numbers 14 and 18. The Lord, Yahweh, is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty. So I'll read it again. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, is long-suffering and of great mercy. So sometimes you make, like you saw with Job, that was some long suffering. He was suffering for a long time. He was putting boils on his body. It's oh my gosh. His wife dead, kids, land taken away. Everything he owns was taken from him. And putting boils on his body. He couldn't sleep. He was standing up right? And the so-called woman that he thought was so righteous was now telling him to curse the Most High and die, right? So long, he was suffering for a long time. But also says, and of great mercy, right? The Most High is still merciful. It's just balance. And you see why he was of great mercy for Job. Forgiving iniquity and transgression, right? So he'll forgive iniquity and transgression. If you're really his son, he will forgive you. And by no means clearing the guilty. So by no means clearing the guilty. If you're guilty, you still have to be punished. Just like I was saying about a kid with his dad, he will forgive his son because that's his son. Right? No matter what, he's going to forgive him. But, by no means clearing the guilty. Right? But if you do something wrong, you still have to be punished. That's just the fact of the matter. However the punishment is dealt, you're going to feel it. You will feel it. Whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, you're going to feel it. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation, right? So I just wanted to read that so you can see in a picture here. And then we're going to go to Job again. And you're going to see what happened after his long suffering and a great mercy. Because you obviously know the story of Job. I'm not going to read the whole story. Right? The Most High has, right? The Lord is long suffering and of great mercy. So he had great mercy on Job. And we read mercy. Mercy doesn't also, it means everything. It's not just like if you're in pain, he takes the pain off of you. Right? I read from here, yeah. Yahweh's forgiveness and of his creatures' offenses, right? Reward, so you give a reward. Mercy is also a reward. Gift, kindness, being kind to him. You're in pain. I'm going to take the pain off of you. Grace, pitying him, and then you can go here, read it again. Leniency and compassion shown toward offenders by a person or agency charged with administrating justice. Alleviating of distress, showing great kindness toward the distressed, right? So taking the stress off of you. And you're going to see what he did for Job. This is the last one. We're going to Job 42. Oh, there is no 45, 52. Job 42 and 10. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. So even with everything Job was going through, he still prayed for his friends. Right? Also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Right? Right, I'm going to keep reading. Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house, and they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil, which is bad times, that the Lord Yahweh had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, every one an earring of gold. Right? I'll keep reading. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. So the Lord, Yahweh, blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. Right? More than his beginning. Because he was doing good, but then most I put him through it. He put him through it. He's putting him in that fire. He's purifying him. Right? Furnace. There you go. Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So he put Job in the fire, in the furnace of affliction. In the furnace, it's heat, right? Furnace is supposed to heat things up. So it's fire. It hurts. It's hot. It's a lot of pressure, right? That's what he put Job through. Was the furnace of affliction. But he chose him to do that, right? Like he said to, like the Most High was saying to Satan, that this is my guy, right? That's his chosen man. But he even refined him even more when he put him through that furnace, right? And as I read in, I'm going to go back, I believe it was Psalms 94 and 10. He that chastiseth the heathen, no, that's not it. Yeah, 12, Slakia. Psalms 94 and 12. Blessed is the man whom thou chasteneth, O Lord Yahweh, and teaches him out of thy law. So Job was blessed. Job was blessed. Because, I mean, based on what you're seeing, Job didn't do anything wrong. In that sense. Right? You can say, oh, we was punishing him. Because sometimes the Most High would just put you through something just to refine you. It's not always because you did something wrong. You know, it's just to make you better, right? But if you did something wrong, you made a mistake, right? He's going to put you through it anyways to make you better, right? That's only if you're his chosen. He's chose you. He will do that to you. If he didn't choose you, then he's not going to put you through something when you made a mistake. He's just going to make you make the mistake over and over and over and over and over again. Let you continuously make that mistake and not learn from it. He won't give you the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to understand what you did was wrong. He just let you do it again and again and again, right? Job actually didn't do anything wrong, but the Most High put him through it. Now, we don't know what he did in his past life, right? But based on the story, he didn't do anything wrong. He just put him through it because it was a test. Because sometimes you didn't do anything wrong. The Most High is just testing you. So everything you learn, now he's testing you. And Job passed the test, which is why he got the reward. Sometimes you know, sometimes you don't pass the test. But the Most High will have mercy on you. You hope and pray that the Most High has mercy on you. Back to what I was saying, this grace period is coming to a close. So I'm going to go back to Job and finish that. Job 42:10. So this is what he gave him. I'll read at 11. Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house. And they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord Yahweh had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So the Lord Yahweh blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. And we want to be blessed. I don't like the hopeful elect don't care about their beginning in the sense of being blessed in the beginning. They want to be blessed in the end. Because the end is the kingdom, you know, in the crown of life, you know, being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Right? That's what we want. So if we have to go through what Job went through, okay, so be it. Right? As long as Most High has mercy on you, you know. Obviously, you don't want to die, right? But if we have to die, we'll still do it anyways. You know, as long as if I die, I die as a man. You know, but because we know what's going to happen in the end, that we are one of the hopeful elect, Yahweh Ratazah, right? So the Lord Yahweh blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she asses. He he had also 7 sons and 3 daughters, right? So that's that. And there's one more actually. Numbers 14 and 18. Actually, it was a different one. Numbers 14 and 18. No, that's it. Slakia. So I already went through the point. So yeah, I hope this lesson was edifying. As where this story is going to, we're almost at. It's about to get really. The heat's about to be turned up in this furnace, right? And actually, I'll go to the last one. The heat's about to be turned up in this furnace, and if you're not of that good silver, if you have that bad quality metal, you're not going to survive. You will not survive. Right? Because, like, right here. So, man. Let's go to this. So, the man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead. In the midst of the furnace, they are even the dross of silver. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger, in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. He'll leave you there and melt you. Right? He'll leave you there and melt you. So, if you had, just pray that you are one of the elect, the hopeful elect, Yahweh Ratazah. Because, like, many are called, few are chosen. Many are called and few are chosen. You only know you're chosen when you're in the chariots. Right now, you're just being called. And now he's calling you into the fire. And he's going to be sifting a lot of people out. Right? Because he might just leave. You might think that he has your back and whatever. And, you're not really looking into yourself and checking what you're supposed to be doing. And he just leaves you in the fire. He just leaves you there and you melt and you die. And the way you're going to die is by taking that chip. Either you get killed in what the situations that are going on right now. Really, it's just taking the chip. Actually, I should say that. It's just taking the chip. Once you take the chip, you're finished. And you're dead. And you're going to melt. And the way you're going to melt is from those missiles. Right? The only way you're going to get taken out of that furnace is into the chariots. And that's the only way. So, I hope this lesson was edifying. I'll close up by saying, Ka halal Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the hopeful elect pushing his word and truth and sincerity across the 4 corners of the earth, death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, and in 2/3 as well. Kwam Yasharala, about the Ba, Shalom.